What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to another video. I apologise if you can't see the screen that well, and today we are looking at this picture of Saudi Arabia. So it's quite a big country as well. Excuse me. So today we are going to be planning on an operation of how we can defeat the Qvengers there and make Saudi Arabia peaceful again. And I am going to be showing you the pictures as well. Now, not all of them are on there. Like, for example, if I don't have a picture of Yemen or Mecca or any other places like that. But I do have some of them though. So I do apologise if it's not all the pictures that I've put on there. But there are most of the places around Saudi Arabia that the Qvengers have taken over. So guys, let's begin, shall we? So, in this picture, this is an airport. So, this airport is where the Marcus Hunt is going to take over for the operation until it is over. So, it is somewhere around this area where my finger is circling. So, it's kind of like near Jordan. But I don't know exactly, but I know it's somewhere up there exactly. So we're not going to an airport somewhere in Saudi Arabia, but somewhere around this area. That could be, but actually, fuck what I'm going to say. But yeah, anyway. So, all our Marcus Hunt vehicles are going to be in this airport for the operation. It's going to be a load of planes and a load of vehicles that we have in our army that are going to be there as well. Because we are going to need a lot of firepower during this operation as well. And this is basically going to be like the First World War. And don't get me wrong, that there was this mission where you're in the Arabian areas and like in the desert area in Battlefield 1. Where you just fight the Germans there and then you destroy that armoured train. So it's just like that basically. It's like a big area where you fight the Germans on. So in this one, so around the desert area here is where we are going to be fighting, of course. Now it is going to be quite hot there as well. So we are going to need a load of supplies. So a load of drinks basically. My men can bring fizzy drinks or anything. It can't be alcohol because it's not very good for summer. You could get drunk or whatever. So no alcoholics, please. So just fizzy drinks, water. Well, actually, drink plenty of fluids as well when we go into the war. So even if you're worn out, then just get yourself a pack of ice or whatever. Just drink plenty of water. That's all you got to do. So like I said, this is the airport that we're going to take over for the operation. Now, I don't know how long the operation is going to go on for until it ends exactly. But there might be some other missions that we are going to be doing during the operation. So, here is the desert area in Saudi Arabia. Quite big areas as well. And this kind of reminds me of Tatooine from Star Wars, basically. The desert area. Well, it's like a desert planet. I don't know. So, it's a desert on a planet of Tatooine from Star Wars, basically. Now, in the sand areas, the Qvengers have built fortresses, tents, bunkers, or any of that stuff as well. And they've even built houses like made out of sandstone as well. And they've built huts, and there's quite a load of them as well. And they also have helicopters and vehicles there as well. They have quite a load of them around the desert area. So we are going to be in the sand area having a battle. And even a long range like snipers as well, because we might expect snipers when we're in the sand area. I think to start with in the operation, well, first thing before the operation is we just go to the airport and then take over it until the operation is over. And when operation is over, I'll say the name what operation it's going to be. So after that's over, then the airport will no longer be us. So yeah, anyway. So at the start of the operation, this is the sand area where we are going to start the battle against the Qvengers are going to be. And if you guys haven't seen my video that I destroyed Mr. Witheridge HQ in the sand area, this is exactly where they were now. So the Qvengers obviously had rebuilt some tents and huts, or any of the stuff that was theirs that got destroyed in the blast radius as well. But it wasn't just all of it. It wasn't all of it though. But it was just most of it as well. So yeah, this is the area where we are going to have a battle against the Qvengers. So yes, like I said, we're going to need a lot of firepower. We're probably going to need snipers and have a load of vehicles as well, such as our vehicles like tanks or any other vehicles we have in our army, or even insurgents, night sharks, half tracks, APCs, any other vehicles that we have in our army, like aircrafts, Savages, Valkyries. I can't remember what that helicopter's called. Akula, stealth annihilators, and even with planes like lasers, hydras, all that, all the vehicles that we have in our army, all of that stuff that we could use in the battlefield around the sand areas with the Qvengers. Okay? And even juggernauts. We have juggernauts. We can have juggernauts in the battle as well. And quite a lot of soldiers as well. We are going to need a load of men during this battle. So this will be the battlefield as well. It's going to be quite huge as well. And it's going to be really fun to take out the Qvengers as well. Basically, this is just like First World War and the Second World War. And including the Third World War, which was, you know. Okay. Now, I have put a tag, as you can see, Jeddah. So this is the city, Jeddah. I think that's how I've said it right. So in the city area, it's obvious that the Qvengers have taken over the place and they have attacked some people there. So they have killed innocent people around these areas and even in the houses as well. And they have blown up some of the houses, which is really bad. Innocent people killed by the Qvengers. Like, why would Ben Bowler send his men to Saudi Arabia to kill innocent people there? Like, that's just disgusting, you know? So this is a building that the Qvengers also have taken over. I think that's a helipad, don't get me wrong, by the way. And they call this the headquarters building. So they've like converted this to a headquarters building. So yeah, we are going to have big battles around in these areas. We'll probably expect snipers on the buildings, on top of roofs, or anything like that. Oh yeah, and also they have anti-air guns. Not air defences though, but they have anti-air guns. So they're not like exactly trying to get accurate, so they can miss their shots. Just like in the Second World War, where the Germans use those anti-air guns, like flak guns. And the Allies in the planes, like in the air, so this is an anti-air gun, boom, boom, and they miss it. So it's just like that basically. But except that the Qvengers don't have flak guns, but they just have anti-air guns as well. So we are going to have this big battle around here as well. And then when there are no more Qvengers around this area, then Jeddah should no longer be taken over by the Qvengers. Next picture. This one is Riyadh. I think that's how you say it. And then that's where I put the tag, just to remind me what the city is. And this is the biggest area, also where the Qvengers have taken over. And of course, this building as well is what the Qvengers have taken over as well. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention, we do not want to destroy any of the buildings or any of the landmarks, because if we do, then it would just make the Marcus Hunt a monster. It would completely fuck up the operation. But don't worry, we don't do all that stuff. Okay? We don't destroy landmarks. So yeah, the Qvengers have taken over this building. Oh yeah, and do you know what would be interesting in this operation? We could have like jets, a load of jets. Because the Qvengers, of course, have aircrafts as well, and they have helicopters and jets as well. So basically dogfighting. Yeah, there's going to be quite a lot of dogfighting during this operation as well. So jets versus jets. Well, Marcus Hunt jets versus the Qvengers jets. And it kind of reminds me of Top Gun as well. So yeah, guys. So when the Qvengers are no more around this area, then this area will not be taken over by the Qvengers. So this will be peaceful as well. Well, actually, just because the Qvengers have been cleared out in these areas and there's still an operation, yeah, Saudi Arabia won't be peaceful just yet. It will only become peaceful when the operation is over and there's no more Qvengers that can take over any other places or hurt any people. And now, this one in Saudi Arabia, this island here is where the Qvengers have taken over. I do not have the pictures where they're on the ground as well, but this is a bird's eye view, so I do apologise for that. Now, in these areas where my fingers are, where my two fingers are, there are Qvengers checkpoints as well. So anyone wants to come past, then the Qvengers have to check them to see if none of them are working for the Marcus Hunt, and then if none of them work for the Marcus Hunt, then they'll just let them through. So I think we should disguise as the Qvengers soldiers, and then we go over to this island here. Now, it is likely that the Qvengers may destroy these bridges, okay? But we don't want that as well. But if they do destroy the bridges, then we're going to need to get on the boats. And then we're going to have to go across and then battle the Qvengers around this area here. I can't say what that name is. Bahrain? I think that's how you say it. So yeah, once the Qvengers have been cleared out, and if they've destroyed the bridge, then we're going to have to repair it. But I'm sure we will stop the Qvengers from destroying the bridge. Well, actually, the Qvengers have already put bombs on the bridge as well. So I think maybe we should go across that bridge and then defuse the bombs. So we need to take out the person who is going to detonate the bombs as well. So we'll need to defuse them so no Qvengers can detonate the explosives. And now, this is the Burj Al Arab. Now, I think during the final day of the operation, there are two buildings that we're going to need to clear out the Qvengers at, so the Qvengers don't take over it. So I think on the same day, we will just go to each building and clear out the Qvengers in this building, the Burj Al Arab. So obviously the Qvengers have taken over that place as well. And of course this is actually a hotel as well. And they are making it even expensive. Well, because the Qvengers have taken over that hotel, they've made it expensive, which is disgusting. But if we clear out the Qvengers there, then the Burj Al Arab will lower down the price and be what it was like originally before. So yeah, and then last but not least, we have the Burj Khalifa, one of the tallest buildings in the world, I think, but don't get me wrong on that. A lot of people believe the Burj Khalifa is actually the tallest building on Earth. So this is also where the Qvengers have taken over. And this is the mission what we are going to do during the final day of the operation, not just Burj Al Arab. So basically, this is part one. So after we clear out the Qvengers here, then next we go over to Burj Khalifa here and take out the Qvengers there. Now obviously the Qvengers, what they do to people, sometimes they throw them off the building and then they go onto the ground and die. Like, that's just disgusting of them. The Qvengers, like, taking over this building, and then they just throw random people off this building and then onto the ground. Like, that's what a real monster would actually do. So yeah, so during the final day of the operation, we go to Burj Khalifa and then take out the Qvengers there. And then once the Qvengers have been taken out, then one of us will need to go all the way to the top of the Burj Khalifa onto the spire and put the sonar on. So we have a special sonar tracker that can track any Qvenger soldiers that are just around Saudi Arabia. Even if the Qvengers don't have a tracker on, but we have a special sonar tracker to see if there's any Qvengers around. But yeah, like I said, even though they don't have a tracker on them, but we can still see them with our special sonar tracker. So yeah, and then once the Qvengers have all gone, like all killed in Saudi Arabia, then Operation, what name? Saudi Arabia, I will say the name in a minute. So the operation will be over. No more Qvengers taking over Saudi Arabia or hurting people or whatever they can do. So they can't do any of that. And then after operation is over, then we no longer take over the airport that we're going to take over the operation. We just go home, like back to San Andreas, Wahoo Island, or England. Yeah, so just like that. So that's it for the slideshow then. So, I don't know when the operation is going to end, but this operation is going to start on a Monday. So, somewhere on the 15th. So, on the 15th of August, on a Monday, is when the operation starts. And this operation is going to be called Operation Arab. A-R-A-B. Arab. Operation Arab will start on the 15th of August. So be ready for that, ladies and gentlemen. We take on the Qvengers in Saudi Arabia, we clear them out, and then Saudi Arabia will become peaceful, just like what it was before. So yeah guys, I do apologise if there ain't any pictures that I haven't put on there, like Mecca and Oman and that, but we are going to those places to clear out the Qvengers, or whatever we do during the mission, okay? Alright guys, I think that's it for today, so I hope you enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. So, have a great day and night to you all. Peace out.